Real Madrid have announced the signing of Dean Huijsen from Bournemouth for £50 million. On the surface, a player joining the Spanish Giants from a team like Bournemouth sounds just as weird as the two sides playing each other in a friendly in 2013. However, to anyone that's watched the young centre-back this season, this transfer has come as no surprise at all. The 20-year-old Spaniard's performances for Bournemouth this season and his overall statistical profile are more than worthy. And in this video, I'll explain just why I think that Dean Huijsen has the potential to become a Real Madrid star. Dean Huijsen only really has 2 professional seasons under his belt, which makes his quick rise very impressive. In the 2023-24 season, after making a brief 13-minute cameo for Juventus, Huijsen spent the year at Roma, albeit mainly as a substitute, picking up 509 minutes overall. Bournemouth, however, already seeing the potential within Huijsen, paid €10 million to bring him in as their new starting centre-back for Andoni Iraola. This season, the Spaniard has picked up 2,500 minutes in 27 starts, the 5th most of any under-21 in the Premier League. As a defender, this is even more impressive. The average 20-year-old defender in Europe only picked up 686 minutes this season. Huijsen's ever-presence in this Bournemouth side has been testament to his ability. Looking at his overall stats this season, we can see that Iraola's dependence on the centre-back has some basis to it. His defensive numbers this season have been solid, if not spectacular, although it must be noted that these numbers have been possession adjusted, and thus Huijsen's output will look lower. Given this adjustment, Huijsen's 66th percentile ranking for interceptions per 90 highlight his intelligence out of possession. The main things to consider here are his duel and aerial duel success rates, which sit at about 60%. Whilst this isn't the highest, especially with his aerial duels, Huijsen is 6'5", it is a solid baseline for the player to develop as he ages and gains more experience. What separates Huijsen from a lot of centre-backs is his ball progression. Ranking in the 84th percentile for progressive passes and the 71st percentile for progressive carries per 90, Huijsen very actively seeks to play the ball forward when he receives it. Those passes are also productive. He ranks in the 81st percentile for open play shot creating actions and in the 77th percentile for expected goals assisted. Don't be alarmed by his 30th percentile ranking for short pass completion. In the Premier League this season, Huijsen's short pass completion sits at 90%, which is objectively very high. He's only made 4 errors this season and has only been dispossessed once. So it's very unlikely that Huijsen is going to cost Real Madrid goals in build-up, especially in a league that isn't as press-heavy. However, it is worth noting that Huijsen has a comparatively high tendency to miscontrol the ball. Generally speaking, Huijsen is a player who, while still being solid defensively, offers a fairly unique passing outlet from the back line, something that Xabi Alonso can utilise next season to diversify Real Madrid's attack, which has often been one-dimensional in difficult games. Let's take a look at Huijsen's abilities on display in a match. Looking at his pass map from Bournemouth's resounding victory over Manchester United in December, we can see that a large number of his passes are progressive and into the half spaces or out wide. Most of these passes are medium to long in length as well, showing his comfort on the ball and passing range. Looking at his touch map, his territory, where most of his touches occurred in the game, was quite close to the halfway line. Operating fairly high up the pitch on a regular basis is a useful trait to have when moving to a team like Real Madrid, who will seek to control teams. Huijsen was very comfortable on the left-hand side of the pitch, with most of his touches happening there. Despite being right-footed, Huijsen is comfortable enough on both feet and on both sides of the defence, making him very versatile. Of course, none of this on-ball activity means much if Huijsen cannot defend. His box defence was strong against United, making 2 blocks and 5 clearances in the area. Further up the field, Huijsen made 2 interceptions and won 3 aerial duels. He even attempted tackles in United's third, again showing his aggressiveness and ability to read the game off the ball. Yes, we're talking about Manchester United right now, who have hardly had a good season, but this is still a Premier League match at Old Trafford. So Huijsen's strong performance has to be commended, and used as evidence that the Spaniard is able to play high-level football in high-pressure environments. Whilst other Premier League clubs were interested in signing Dean Huijsen from Bournemouth this summer, Real Madrid swooped in quickly before the end of the season to beat the competition. With such a high level of appeal at such an early stage of his career, the future looks very bright, and who knows, maybe we'll start hearing comparisons to Sergio Ramos very soon.